Alright, so anyway, so if you're focusing on making sure that you're learning very quickly upon the art of helping yourself to succeed differently, you're making sure that you have more enough time of what you need to do to make sure that you're getting ahead of the game, and you're making sure you're learning very quickly upon what you need to do to succeed. But that's the whole point, yeah. I mean, the whole point is making sure that you're learning the art of differences and learning the art of persuasions daily, and making sure that you have more enough success daily to succeed, because that way you're learning very quickly upon helping yourself to even change your product if you want. Otherwise, if you want to change the product, then make sure that no matter what, that you can learn very quickly upon how to do that. But the thing is, right now I focus upon understanding it's much more how I feel to just let it be, and making sure that no matter what I can go and do it. I mean, make sure that no matter what, I focus upon letting it be, and I move on. I move on in a way that I'm learning very quickly upon how my life is going. And how my life goes is in a way of direction, where I'm understanding that no matter what, that fatigue is coming along quickly, and I'm understanding that I'm really, really fast in an ocean over here to just go and grow myself quickly. So as I grow myself quickly, I realize there's always more to do in terms of what I'm doing, while making sure that no matter what, I spare some time over here to do my Instagram photos. And as I do my Instagram photos, I'm doing a better job anyway, being alone for myself in ways that I'm always putting I first, and I'm making sure that no matter what I learn, I'm learning very quickly upon how to actually grow myself. And that's the whole point. I mean, that's how you actually have to learn. I mean, you have to learn differently in terms of life, and you have to make sure that if you talk like that to people, where you may be trying to get them toward pleasure in terms of words, then guess what? Actually, it's more how if you're trying to get them pleasure toward pleasure, then or else it's much more how you're looking for a way to get them into a nice and beautiful scene of words, is what you're saying. But make sure you understand that it's much more how I feel that the nice and beautiful way of life over here is that it's words that you're saying. And that's words. I mean, it's a word basis thing. And it's never anything else, I promise you. It's much more like that. So I'm always safe, and I'm always making sure that as I grow along, I never ever go for anybody sexually who may be in my biological family or something like that. And it's much more how I understand straight away how I grow myself. But how I grow myself is different, and I make sure always to just be delivering content in terms of my life, and I'm making sure that no matter what, now I'm learning very quickly upon how to succeed, and how I succeed is different. But they feel that. I mean, they feel that tension over here. But if you're feeling tension like this to give, I'm making sure that it's more how they want to give you that kind of love, and it's much more how I feel every single day. That if you focus upon every single day loving life, then I'm focusing on understanding how others have each other, and you must understand every single day that just earlier I felt that she is somebody who was giving me this kind of signal, and guess what? Probably then she never wants to give it. Probably it's more to give it and then never wants to give it. Probably it's much more how I feel that they're just in confusion about everything, and that's why I'm understanding. I move on. So what I do is make sure that no matter what, that as I grow myself, I learn the technique of art and persuasion here to just go and see all those images as much as possible, because that way I'm learning very quickly upon how to pronounce my life in a way that it's moving forward. And that's the whole point here. And the whole point is learning. You have to be learning something. But as you're learning something, then you succeed differently, and you're learning how to go and study your life in different ways. And as you grow, and you can see straight away how to deliver content in different ways. And no matter what you're doing in terms of life, that you're looking for that nice and beautiful attitude. But the attitude of that right there is something different. But that's something where I can do better. I can do better, and that's the thing, yeah. So when you're looking at photos over here, I'm understanding that no matter what, I can always feel this one here. I understand she is so beautiful, but I'm understanding every single day it's much more what I deserve. And I'm understanding every single day how I feel, and I feel much more different to understand straight away how I can see that. So every single day it's much more how I understand that no matter what, that I'm learning much more how I can see exactly the woman or the types of woman every single day that's more attractive. So this one here, I understand straight away how I can feel about that. I'm understanding that I learn to just be that way. I'm understanding that no matter what, that it's more how I feel, that I can see straight away that she's opening, but it's much more how I can now. I can actually feel that nice and beautiful interest right here about that. Whereas that's something that's more pleasure. I mean, I'm making sure that no matter what, as I look at life over here, I'm making sure that I have that kind of notion. That notion is right now gone. The notion of pleasure is gone because every single day I'm learning the quick notion of art around me. So as I go and grow myself, I focus upon understanding that I have the word I here. And as I understand straight away how I'm understanding my word I over here is something that I need to do. And I'm understanding that no matter what, it's more how I feel, that the notion over here is just nice and beautiful for me to show myself over here in different ways. But I'm focusing on understanding that no matter what, that there's a better photo I can pick out. I'm understanding that no matter what, as I grow myself differently, that this photo is something much more for me. So I focus on making sure that I just go and do that because I focus on showing the word I here. I have to focus on showing my word I here. So as I focus on showing my word I'm focusing on delivering content in different ways. And I'm learning quickly upon how I feel. But that's how I feel. And how I feel is I only. I have something much greater. And that's how I actually grow myself the best way. But what you do is save your photos with Instagram in a way that you have the texture and have the texture with you. And then just go and focus upon understanding. Then you have it in your nice and beautiful dictionary in terms of your phones over here, and then from that point you're learning very quickly upon how you're actually delivering content. But how you deliver content is you save the actual texture photos that you're uploading onto Instagram and save it into your phone, and it saves those textures into your phone, and then upload it into Mega Drive and upload spare photos of these textures so people can use them. And that way you understand straight away how it's just you anyway. So what you do is focus on making sure that you're delivering content in a way that's moving you forward. But you have to understand straight away it's more how I feel straight away. The nice and beautiful technique over here to make sure that it's much more beautiful. But that's the kind of thing where I'm focusing on making sure that it's much more like that. And it's much more how I feel that this is nice and beautiful for me, where I focus on right that. I focus on making sure that's much more how it's pleasure right there. For sure, that's much pleasure in terms of life. But the thing is, every single day that it's much more how I'm focusing on making sure that I can go and see pleasure right there in a way that it's words. As it's words, I'm making sure it's much more how I feel that is attractive. Actually, the attractive thing of life is if you're focusing on doing a nice beautiful lifespan of whatever you want, then you're focusing on making sure that you have that nice and beautiful attractive factor. And I'm focusing on making sure that I deliver content, and as I deliver content in different ways, I have whatever I need. And whatever I need is the success, and I have the success right now. But that's why I'm understanding straight away how I feel. But how I feel is to go and grow myself. And as I grow myself, I do it differently. But that's why I'm learning why Mega Drive is so slow. I'm asking these questions about life. I'm seeing why is my phone so slow now to download these photos and all this. I mean, why is it always so slow around me? I mean, I'm never slow. I'm never slow about anything, but it's much more how I want to work faster. But I feel my technology over here is letting me down in a way that I need to do better. And I understand that no matter what, it's more, nothing is letting me down. I'm making sure I never want to lie to myself. I'm making sure that it's just lagging, or else my technology, or else it's the technology that's lagging. And I want to just go and see why. I want to make sure that I have more enough nice and beautiful ways of life where I'm saying that it's all better. I'm making sure that no matter what, as I grow myself, I'm making sure I can go and do greater for myself. But everything's the word I is what I'm saying. No way I'm understanding that no matter what, I feel that I'm releasing attention over here to say everything's the word I, and I just let it be. Because that's how I feel that no matter what, that if you feel that no matter what, that something's letting go of you, because your word I, to make sure you understand it's more how your technology may go running away from you. And that's what I'm saying, that you just be careful about that. And just be able to hold on to what you have in a way of the word I, and then focus upon helping yourself to succeed with it. But everything's excellent. I love everything. And that way I'm understanding straight away how to grow myself quickly, and how to understand straight away how to just look at them in a way to never do pleasure with them, is what I mean. And that way I'm understanding that if you do that, then you're improving your attitude, but it's just how it is. And what I do now is I focus upon helping myself to deliver content, but I feel no matter what that I feel I'm doing better anyway. But that's the thing, yeah. The thing is, if you focus on yourself and what you love, then go and deliver content in ways that helps you grow. So I see Jesus Christ over here, which one? I see which one over here. I see it's much more how he says this one here. It's much more how I feel to go and deliver content in a way I'm moving forward quickly. And I have more than enough. I have more than enough. I have more than enough success over here. I mean, everything's different, isn't it? I mean, everything's different in a way that I'm learning how quickly I'm starting upon habits over here. I have different habits. And what's different about my habits now? I mean, I'm talking more. I'm talking way more than before. And that way I'm understanding that no matter what, I can see myself pushing my content out there really quickly. And since I'm doing that, I can go and sit on my actual chair over here. I can just relax for a bit. I'm just uploading my content over here, but that's what I mean. I make sure anyway that I feel that other people have more eternity than I do. No, I should have more eternity. I feel other people get this woman from life and understand that it's more how I deserve that. I deserve that, but guess what? Parachutes, move on. It's more how I feel that they get something in terms of images that I never had. But I have everything. So the whole thing is that I feel straight away what I'm saying, but the thing is, if other people have something in images, then you have that already in the word I. Understand? I mean, the word I is something that gives you that. And that way you're learning very quickly upon never being negative with yourself that other people have something in life. I mean, all you can really have in life is the word I. I mean, focus on the word I and focus on delivering content in a way that you're speaking the truth and you're speaking the nice and beautiful way of life over here and making sure that you have more enough success reason to focus upon understanding straight away how you feel. So how you feel over here is I'm doing better than all of them. I'm making sure that no matter what, that as I go and do I'm the word I only. And that's the thing, yeah. The thing is that if you go and look at images of guys, then just look at you only. I mean, make sure you understand that you just go look at you only instead of them. All together is what I mean. And that's what I'm saying. Now you realize it's never their images, or else it's your image that you look at. And look at your image more than those people's images. Look at the word I more than that. And that way I'm understanding straight away how everything's working. And now what I do is I have to just do I'm just doing I. And as I do my word I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do. I'm understanding every single day how the word I is here. Making sure that what I do is I see everything is the word I in images. And now if you see that, then it's more how you can go and do whatever you want in terms of I. I'm not saying that it's more how it is. And as you go and grow yourself differently, then you're looking for different compulsions of success in terms of life to be able to go and develop whatever you want. But to develop whatever you want, then you have to see the word I in them. I mean, in a sense, so if you see those images and see the word I too, and then understand that way you're very much alive. So anything that's alive is focusing on growth all the time, and you're making sure that you have that beautiful notion. We have to have the beautiful notion of life over here to focus upon understanding that it's just that way, yeah. And it's just that way where you're just focusing on helping your life to succeed, and you're just focusing on different ways of life. And I'm better than yuck. I'm making sure that no matter what, that as I grow myself to succeed, I'm learning quickly upon how my life is. And how my life is, I understand, is a different way of life. I have a different way of life. I have different ways of persuading people in different ways. And as I do life like this, I focus on better ways of handling my life differently. That way I'm doing life better. I'm doing life different. And as I do life different, I'm focusing on a newer way of redemption, of a better way. That way I'm learning very quickly upon how I treat myself, and how I treat myself is better than other people. And making sure anyway that what I do is I focus on understanding that the word I is what I look at all the time, and as I look at the word I can see straight away how I feel. But how I feel is different. And how I feel is I want to go and deliver content. But the thing is, I understand straight away I have to go sleep. I feel I have to go sleep too. That's why I'm understanding straight away how I feel. So how I feel is I want to just go and realize something. That once I just go and do my Instagram photos and all my Instagram versions, is much more how I feel to just do my Instagram over here and then just go and relax. And it's much more how I've been talking all day long in different ways, and I understand that. I'm understanding I'm just pulling through anyway, and I'm just looking for better ideals. I'm looking for better ways of understanding. And as Earl Nightingale says, I'm looking for the ideals out there. I'm looking for all the ideals. Understand? But that's the way it is, yeah. I mean, you have to look for ideals in life, and you have to make sure that no matter what, that you're learning how to grow, and that's how it is. But every single day, it's all about the ideals in life. So realize this, that you have to, and you have to understand straight away how we grow. I mean, you must be growing from what you have, and you have to focus upon understanding that no matter what I feel, I can let it be now. I can focus upon understanding it's much more how I feel, that my energy may be running out. And I feel that my energy may be running out to sleep over here. So guess what I want to do? I want to make sure I just focus upon talking to you, and focus on just delivering content in different ways now, and understand no matter what, that it's much more how I feel, that if you want to go do pleasure, then guess what you do? I mean, just make sure you understand to talk more. I mean, talk more words. And that's how you understand straight away what you need. I mean, what you want is to talk more words in this moment. And that's what I'm talking about. It's much more how I feel, that anything that's lonely in life is to talk more words straight away. Talk more words, and that way you'll understand straight away how you feel. But it's much more how you feel like you need energy too. And that's what I mean. So the energy of understanding that you feel always to go and deliver content in a way that you're focusing that you're talking more in the process. And as you talk more in the process, then focus on helping your life to deliver greater. So what you do is help yourself to focus upon loving life in a way that you're enjoying yourself. But if you enjoy yourself, then look at the eternal images of life. I mean, what are the images that come to you? And what nice and beautiful images over here. I mean, the images of whatever you see is eternity, but the eternity of life is what you're talking about. And if you're talking about eternity, then you're making sure that you're looking at your beautiful life, and you're making sure you have that, because you have it in you, and you have that nice and beautiful notion. But the notion of the nice and beautiful way of life over here, where you can actually explain the nice and beautiful fantasy or whatever you have in life, and you're focusing on the tree of love over here in terms of your life, and you're making sure that you have that nice and beautiful notion to just go and do you. Because if you do that, then you make sure that no matter what, it's the images. And the images of what? It means the images of making sure that you have nice and beautiful notions to understand that if you keep going, then you have to understand it's much more how you feel, that you have to go and do better. And what you have to do better with is the notion to go and really, really help yourself to deliver that content. And that content right there is something that helps you to dig in. And that dig in terms of digging into the maturity of that individual. And is that what you want? Versus it's the maturity of the one, versus the maturity of the actual individual of life that you're looking at. And you're making sure that is what is so nice about it. I mean, it's so nice to have that maturity around you. I mean, in the sense of the maturity of the skin of that individual in a way that you find, or else you find them attractive, or else you find them attractive in a way that they are just mature. I mean, they're so mature about it. I mean, so mature about life, and that's what you are understanding. So it's the look, yeah, versus the look over here, and you're just understanding that's what you're understanding, that is love. I mean, you're talking about love and to express yourself. I mean, if you understand straight away how you feel, then you make sure that no matter what, you can go and do what you need to do very quickly on the actual image of life, and making sure that as you do that, then focus on understanding that is how you explain what you want. What you want is a greater way of life, and then focus on talking about it. And I understand this is something different where you understand straight away that you have eternity in this way. And if you go that way, then it's more how you feel straight away, how you understand straight away that it's more how you have to talk it out. You have to talk that out. And it's more how, if you understand straight away how that feels, and that feels like eternity right here. And you have to go that way. You have to go that way. And that way you feel that you have eternity with this individual every single day. Then guess what, Brush? It's more how it's I. But it's more how that is the thing, Brush. If you go that way and you do this in terms of pleasure with that individual who is eternity, to make sure you understand that way, you have to understand how it's talking to you in a way that you're very quick to the notion to escape it, in a way that you're learning very quickly that it's much more how you have to learn how to go that way. Because why do you have to go that way? You have to go that way because you're learning very quickly upon the nice and beautiful attitude of that individual. And guess what happens? I realize there's no shame here. Because why? Whereas because you're talking to them in a way that you're actually eternal with them, and you're eternal with them. Why? Because you can go and speak to them in different ways, and as you speak to them in different ways, then you're learning very quickly upon never being afraid, but you're showing yourself and your content over here. You're making sure that no matter what you talk, talk to yourself in different ways. But if you're really finding the notion to succeed differently, then you're making sure that no matter what, you have that notion, and you have the notion here to be able to keep going. And that's the thing, yeah. The thing is that you're enjoying yourself, and if you're enjoying yourself differently, and just make sure that no matter what, you can talk to them, you can say, how are you? And you can understand straight away that you can you can understand straight away how it is. But the thing is how it feels every single day. If you really want that, and if you want that all the time, you're making sure that no matter what, that you're enjoying yourself. But guess what? Or it's much more how you're actually leading yourself into a greater dimension here. And the greater dimension is a greater way of life. But that's the thing. I realize I see other aspects of life where you're actually turning toward something else. But why? Or else now it's much more how you stick to eternity. And if you stick to eternity, you're making sure that no matter what, you have everything you ever want in eternity. But the eternity of life is the word I here. And it's actually your word I that you're looking at, but it's much more how it is. Yes, and so if you want to understand anything about life, then if you go to the word I over here, you're making sure that you have something over here that says eternity. It's more how, you must understand, it's more how you have to go and develop much more strategies over here to go and really develop yourself to go and do greater than what you're doing. And that's what that is. You must understand that what's greater about life is figuring out strategies while actually going and do greater in terms of doing greater. But that's the thing, I realize that's the kind of absorption right here that you're actually saying it's actually helping you grow. But it's much more how you feel, and no matter what, it's more how you feel that you have to go and really suck upon the nice beautiful communicational skills here in a way that you're growing, in a way that you're learning very quickly upon how that nice beautiful way of life can happen, in a way that you're learning quickly upon helping yourself to deliver. What are you delivering over here? It's just something that you're delivering words about something, and you're delivering the actual eternity over here. So if you're delivering eternity over here, you're looking for whatever it is in terms of life, in terms of life where you're actually recording yourself in a way that you're learning that you're innocent, but you're making sure that no matter what, that you're learning what you need. And what you need is just that. You just need that kind of pace right here, and that pace right here where you're learning very quickly that it's just that kind of strong mentality right here. And if you have a strong mentality about it, then it's just that. It's just that all the time. So that's what you want. You want to make yourself more mature. You want to make yourself a greater person in terms of life. And you want to make sure that no matter what, you're growing. And you're growing in a spiritual fashion over here to make sure that you have that kind of aspect of life that you want. And that aspect of life right here is a different type of life where you understand straight away how to grow from that. And how you grow from that is making sure that you can see an image of somebody where you are doing an individual or something like that. And you're making sure that no matter what, that as you're doing that, then make sure that you understand that you just overcome that and overcome the image, because that way you understand straight away you're doing better. And as you're doing better, you're learning very quickly upon helping yourself to succeed differently. And as you succeed differently, you're looking for that mature tempo. And a tempo is making sure that you're giving them that. And as you give them that, virtually it's much more how I feel, where you're giving them whatever it is that you have in terms of life. And they have to appreciate that. And they have to appreciate that. And that way, you have to focus upon life and the life of what you have every single day. And focus on yourself over here. And focus on more about yourself than other people. But if you're focusing on just doing this, where you're just learning from everything in terms of words, you have to understand straight away how I feel. But how I feel is I understand straight away how I need to go and grow. But how I grow myself is over here. I understand, I see how I'm actually developing just a strength in terms of life by making sure that no matter what, I'm just the word I. And that's how I grow. I grow the different ways of life over here. But that's the thing right here. And that's something that you feel that you deserve. I mean, you deserve that. I mean, you deserve that nice, beautiful feel. But the feel of life over here in terms of life, we understand straight away how to just add on top of that. And then guess what? Actually, it's more how I feel. And how I feel right here is something different. But make sure you understand straight away that if you're going and doing something different around that, it's much more how you feel that you may go and cross the line in a way that you may break through in a way too early. That way you understand straight away how that's the thing. Whereas if you're breaking through early in terms of life, then guess what? Approach is the best thing. Or you break through right away and put it in the mouth of theirs in a way that you're giving them the words there. You're giving those people words in different ways. And if you're doing it straight away, you understand that no matter what day, it's more how it is, and then just continue. And never be afraid to do that. I mean, never be afraid to go and do whatever it is to succeed. You understand? I mean, guess what? If you understand straight away how to actually go and grow yourself in different ways, and making sure that you have all that sexiness. And if you have the sexiness over here, you deserve it. I mean, you deserve sexiness over here. I mean, you deserve all the sexiness. But what kind of sexiness over here? I mean, you deserve to show it. And show it all the way. And go and really, really just encourage yourself to just hold on as well. Encourage yourself to hold on. But if you're coaching yourself to hold on, then you're making sure that you're learning very quickly upon how to actually dwell upon helping yourself to coach something that's actually helping for yourself to live a greater life. And if you're living a greater life, then you're making sure that you have that nice and beautiful strength that you need. But that's the thing, yeah. I mean, you have to understand straight away how you feel much better. And you feel much better because they feel that you're honest. And that way you understand straight away how you're just honest with yourself to understand how they appreciate that. I mean, so no matter what, if you're learning very quickly upon how you're living your tempo here, in a way that you're learning how they appreciate that. Virtually, that's something that is nice and beautiful, isn't it? Virtually, that's a nice and beautiful way to just go and orchestrate that around your life and just deliver content and make sure that you understand that if they're watching you, and they're making sure that no matter what, that they're living your life over here, and they're making sure that no matter what, that I feel it's much more how you have to go and do that in a different way, that you're learning very quickly upon helping yourself to deliver that. And whereas if you deliver that in different ways, you're making sure that you have that nice beautiful tonality in terms of life. And the tonality of life is something, and that tonality of whatever you want in terms of life is nice and beautiful for yourself to grow in different ways and to focus upon something that's helping you grow. But what helps you grow is the nice and beautiful movie of your life. It's much more the breakthrough, or as a breakthrough of being able to be more mature about it, in terms of being able to express yourself about it in words is what you want. And it's much more about the words, as I said many times over, than the actual, let's say, nice and beautiful way of life over here, which is the nice and beautiful way of compulsion to help yourself to succeed differently is what you want. So make sure you understand that no matter what, it's more how I feel that no matter what. If you feel that no matter what, that somebody may hear what you're doing or something like that, then guess what? It's more how you just go and grow yourself every single day, but always just go and grow yourself the best kind of way possible. And just never ever shame yourself for anything that you're doing, because that way you're learning. I mean, you're learning something from it. And that's the whole point, yeah? I mean, you have to experiment with life. in a way that you're learning quickly. You have to understand straight away how it feels. So no matter what I'm doing every single day, I'm learning how to become much more. And as I go and learn much more about life, I'm learning to see what I can do to succeed. And that's that's why I'm actually just enjoying myself differently. But as I go and enjoy myself differently, I always have more than enough success every single day to go and deliver content. But content is something that you have to give, and as you give content, you have to give more. I'm never a killer, making sure that no matter what, I'm very positive about life. And that's the thing. I mean, those people who strike the tension to do pleasure and pleasure and pleasure become more like a killer, because they talk less words once they do pleasure. And once they do pleasure, for sure all they do is go to sleep. Or they go to sleep once they do pleasure. And once they do more pleasure and more pleasure and more pleasure, or else they talk more or less, they talk less to other people, and they just be with themselves and they drift away and be nothing. But I fight to give you more words. I fight to give you more words, because what I do is I find attractiveness in those people who have more words to give you. That way I'm understanding straight away how I feel. And how I feel is a better way. I feel I always have more to give you regardless. But I'm never losing. But if you go and really, let's say, or if you go and do any kind of masturbation or any kind of, let's say, sex with others while talking more overall, in terms of whatever you're doing, in terms of life, and it can be on audio programs or video programs or anything in life, or even writing programs, then make sure you understand that you're growing from it. And you're growing from everything. And that way you're less likely to commit suicide, because you're talking more words. So if you find yourself talking more words in any kind of situation, then guess what, then you're growing from that. You're growing from it. And it's the best kind of medicine. So just understand that. So I'm just understanding that no matter what, now I'm about to eat my nice and beautiful way of life over here. I'm understanding that I'm doing a greater job for myself in a way of learning something about life. And as I learn how to really, really dwell upon my life over here, making sure I have more enough time to succeed and to be able to deliver content, and I'm making sure I always have more delivery. And more delivery of what? I mean, more delivery of words. Well, I'm understanding how TED Talk goes. I'm understanding these people on TED Talks, I mean, they're so boring. And now, are they so boring? Apparently, they're never boring, but it's more how I feel that they deserve a better credit. And it's more how, I understand, it's much more how I feel that they're giving people opportunities over there. And it's much more how I understand that I can see how boring of a life they have. Honestly, I can see their boring lives, man. I can see their boring lives. I mean, I can always state the obvious, man. I can see how boring they are. I can see it. I mean, but they're trying. I mean, they're trying to live a great life. And I see the world and how boring they are. I also see how boring I can be too. You understand? And that's the thing, yeah? I see how boring I can be. And it's just the truth. But the truth shall set you free. And guess what, approach it's more how I understand that they give people time and whatever to go to TED Talks, but that's your promotion if they call you. But you never need them. I mean, you never need that promotion. I mean, you never need them at all. You understand? Because why? I mean, because you have yourself. I mean, you have yourself anyway. So what I do today is I go today to the nice and beautiful way of life around here. I make sure I get myself differently. I go somewhere different now. I go to Mounties right away. I go to Mounties on the day, and I just go one time. And I go to Mounties to promote my nice and beautiful business cards on the cars of all the Mounties cars over there. And now if I do that, probably what happens is recently, they understand that they are saying to do that right now. And I'm actually understanding straight away to do it. And that's it, probably it's more how I feel. I'm never afraid of anything. I'm understanding that if you're never talking more words, then you have no life then. But you have a life if you talk words. Or if you talk more words, then you have life. And that's why I'm understanding that my words are the way. And because my words are the way, I'm so glad I did start public speaking at actual basket performances. And I understand Jesus Christ can see that. But the thing is, every single day, And because I do basking performances, I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do to succeed. And it's more how I stick to the words. And as I stick to the words of life, I'm sticking to a better way of life over here. And then I'm doing a greater way of life for myself. And as I do a greater way of life, I'm learning very quickly. I love it. And that's the whole point, man. The whole point is making sure that you have something more to say. But if you have more to say, then you're doing your life. And I'm full of energy. And why is that? I'm full of energy because I have more words to give you. And that's the only way to get more energy, which is give more videos and give more audios and give more of everything in life. And that's it. I promise you, just make sure you can do that for yourself. So I'm making sure that no matter what, I can see other people in terms of life and how they are. So I'm not saying that no matter what, I just go my way. I never need them to see my messages. I never need them to be with me. I never need them to do anything for me. You understand? But what I do is I never need them to give me attention either. I never need them for anything, man. You understand? I just out of a kind heart, I send them a message. I send them a message personally. And who is them? I just send whoever is in my life a message personally, just to say, hey, I just made this. I mean, they're saying, if you never want to see me, fuck off. If I send you a message daily and you never open it, I never fucking care about you. If you never want to see my messages, I never need you to see my messages. I can be sending you a message every single day, and if you want to open it, you can open it. I never care if you see it or not. I never care if you see my messages. That's the whole point, to do a better job. I feel like doing better as well. I see how other people treat me as well. And I see how they're just saying how sexy and attractive I am, but look at me. Make sure you understand that I do better always. And I do better because I speak more words than them, and that's why. See, so guys, no matter what, I feel more now, they understand what's happening with me. So I never kill anything, I never kill Jesus Christ, I never kill anybody. I'm pretty sure that, guess what, I'm pretty sure if you find yourself never talking, then what happens is you start getting more negative, if you're never talking more words. I'm pretty sure as soon as you stop talking, more words, is the moment you get more negative. You understand? So be constantly talking more words. Be constantly talking more words to be more positive. But as soon as you never talk words at all, it's the moment you get negative. You must understand that. I understand Jesus Christ is that. And you have to be talking more words. But if you stick to the word I, then you can never be negative. Is that true, Rosh? Yeah. Rosh, if you just stick to the word I, then you can never be negative. But those people who have no word I, Rosh, they are the ones that get more negative. And especially when they have no word I, and they never talk more. Rosh, and then they get really negative. My sense of for myself is, once I understand to get off the actual audio program, because I have to get off the audio program at some point, then I make sure to speak more words with myself at least. I have to be constantly talking to myself inside, internally. I have to talk to myself inside, and I'm just talking to myself like this inside now. I'm just doing I. I said I'm just doing I inside of myself. In a sense, so I have to talk myself to a greater way always. But as I grow myself into a greater way, I focus on making sure that I have more enough spacing of time now to make sure that I just let it be. And as I grow myself differently, make sure I'm going and doing a nice and beautiful job here to make sure I have a nice and beautiful, let's say, job over here, which is just being able to grow myself differently. And as I grow myself differently, I have over here rice. And I'm eating rice. And why am I eating rice? I realize I'm eating rice because rice is something that I understand straight away. And I'm understanding that no matter what, that I can go and place it into my nice and beautiful bowl right now. And what I do is I just grab some nice and beautiful rice over here and I place it into my bowl. And I'm using the nice and beautiful wooden spoon to do that. And I'm understanding that no matter what, I'm learning skills. I'm learning new skills upon how to lift myself. And before bed I can eat rice, and before bed I can eat pasta, and I can eat spaghetti before bed. I can drink fruit juice before bed. I can drink soy milk before bed. I can have Weet-Bix before bed. You understand? And I can have bolognese sauce before bed. I can have all that before bed. You understand? But that's how I am. That's how I do life. I never eat ice cream before bed. I never eat ice cream before bed. I never eat ice cream before bed. And now I can eat bread before bed. I understand, but the thing is, with myself over here, I'm understanding that you must understand something. That as I grow myself, I have to go and also just deliver content in a way that I'm learning very quickly upon what's happening. But what I want to do with this is I want to make a soup. And since I want to make a soup, I want to make sure that now's the time for me to do so. And I make sure that either way, I want to make sure I just go and put some nice beautiful hot water in my soup over here. This is my rice. So I place some rice. I did place some rice inside of my bowl. And because I have rice in my bowl over here, I'm understanding that what's important for me is constantly talking more to be more successful. But I feel the notion that other people understand I'm much more successful than other people now. Because I'm talking my words, but they never realize that. They never fucking care about my words and what I say. But the thing is, they care about my overall success. And now, is that true? I'm pretty sure yes. Of course, they care about me being overall success. I'm pretty sure. Now, understand every single day that if a woman or anybody goes for you, it's because you have overall success. I'm pretty sure. For sure, always. But they never figure out the word I. I mean, in a sense, so that's just an image of me who understands that's a shadow of me. I'm pretty sure that's a shadow of me over here. Or that's something that follows me around. Or it's a shadow of something I was. And why is that? Or it's just always like that. And I'm understanding how that is. Or that is the old I. Or I can see a massive difference. And I can see straight away in terms of that, how I was. Or that's a killer. Or that's a killer. And is it? Or yeah. Unfortunately, the killer of my shadow follows me around. You understand? I lie. I understand that now. I can see a shadow there. I can see how I was. I can see how I was sitting down. I can see it right now. I can see myself sitting down in that fucking couch right there, smoking cigarettes and fucking drinking Jack Daniels. That's my fucking shadow right there. I see I was fucking waking up and fucking laying down on that fucking couch, and I was fucking Facebook browsing Facebook, and I had no YouTube account, and I fucking had no fucking Instagram account, and I was fucking never fashion modeling myself. I was fucking getting up to fucking get alcohol. I was getting up to get alcohol from the fridge too. You understand? I was fucking doing drugs. I was doing drugs in that fucking couch there. You understand? I was fucking opening the fucking fridge over here to fucking boil eggs to eat. I'm a fucking vegan now. I never fucking eat eggs. That's all my fucking shadows right here. You understand? I was fucking getting the toaster and I was fucking making my toaster black. I was making my fucking toaster, because of my toast, black in the toaster. And I was eating the black food. And that's all my fucking poor habits, man. I was fucking eating chocolate. I was fucking scabbing from my bulk dad cigarettes around here. I was fucking scabbing his money as well. I'm saying, for fuck's sake. I mean, that's what I mean. I mean, I was opening his fucking fridge over here to fucking get ice cream and ice cream and ice cream, bro. And for fuck's sake. I mean, that's all the shadow around here. I can see it now. See what I mean? I was fucking getting his fucking pig stuff over here. I realized he eats a lot of those pig stuff. I see he's fucking eating mayonnaise sauce. I was fucking eating that as well. I see fucking many shadows of myself. You understand? I shed my skin. And how do I shed my skin? I shed my skin in different ways, in a way that I'm learning very quickly upon helping myself to see that once I go and, let's say, nicely go and heat up my food, I make sure to first turn on the kettle. I turn on the kettle before I place anything in the microwave, so I can go and heat up the water. And why is that? Because that way I can go and do soup much faster. I can make soup much faster. And that way I'm understanding something that, anyway, I feel other people understanding my music over here, and I left passages. And the thing is that they are just minding their own business. And that's the thing, yeah. I mean, the thing is, just focus on yourself and focus on loving life a lot. But I'm understanding how they never give me words of encouragement here. Unfortunately, now why is that? Because they have no words of encouragement to give themselves. Unfortunately, that's it, yeah. Unfortunately, if they never give me fucking words of encouragement, unfortunately, it's because they have no words of encouragement to give to themselves. So I just move on. I never need their fucking words of encouragement. You never fucking need their words of encouragement, man. You never fucking need anything about them at all. I don't fucking need her in my life, man. I don't fucking need her to send me a message. I never need her lips. I never need her anything, man. I never need her attractiveness either. I never need their attractiveness either. I never need what they are in life. I never need them at all. I love life. I'm gonna do a better job without them in my life. You understand? I never care who they're with. I never care where they're going. I never care how much money they have. I never care about their jobs. I never care about their ideas. I understand? I never care about anything about them. And that's it. That's just the best way. I'll move on. I help them as much as I can, but I'll move on. I never need them. I understand? So make sure you understand straight away that if you want to go and make a difference in your life, then focus on yourself. I see Shago Me was getting wine. All this alcohol. I mean, make sure you understand that what's important for yourself is to focus on delivering content in a way that you're enjoying yourself. And I see how I was placing cheese on a fucking toast bread. And I was putting a toaster. I was toasting fucking cheese on toast. I mean, for fuck's sake. It's the fucking worst, man. I mean, make sure you understand that if you're scratching yourself too much, then make sure you go have a shower too. And make sure that no matter what, you're always learning how to go and talk. But as I talk more, I understand that no matter what, that now, I'm understanding I have to go and charge my technology. I'm understanding it's 1:47 a.m. in the morning. And I'm just learning very quickly upon what I need to do. So I'm placing water in my bowl. I'm placing hot water in my bowl right now. And in my bowl is rice. I have rice in my bowl over here. So what I'm doing now is I'm understanding straight away that I need to go and help myself to succeed. But as I help myself to succeed, I'm making sure that my nice and beautiful rice over here is turning into soup now. And my rice is with the hot water in a bowl. And what I do to have, let's say, soup in my bowl is I place hot water in the bowl with rice. And it's white rice. I'm eating white rice right now. I can eat white rice or brown rice. Always. But I'm making sure, anyway, that what's happening over here is the actual bowl is loose. And then the hot water is dropping out of the actual bowl. So making sure, I apologize for that. And making sure that what's important for me is I'm understanding that it's just that kind of day, isn't it? So making sure that what I want to do is I want to focus upon helping myself to succeed differently is what I do. But I'll just say let's go. I'm making sure that no matter what, I just focus upon understanding I have to close the lid over here in the actual nice and beautiful, let's say, way of life over here. But the thing is that the bowl in the middle opens up. And that's why the actual hot water drips everywhere. So guess what? Russia everywhere is the word I. And then guess what? Russia I'm doing better than that. Russia now every single time, Russia everything is the word I. I'm making sure that what I do is a bit safer upon my language to succeed. And make sure that I have more than enough success daily to live my life. But make sure you're never placing water where technology is. Understand? And make sure you're placing water where your mouth is. Make sure you're placing water where it's a safer way than your mouth. Those are where your mouth is. And now your mouth is beautiful, but make sure you're understanding that you're never drowning yourself, is what I'm saying. Never go drowning yourself. Never kill yourself for fuck's sake. They're saying I'm better than Make sure that you understand that no matter what. I'm learning very quickly upon how I live my life, but how I live my life now is different. I see other people are just struggling. I see other people are struggling so much, man. And because they're struggling, I focus on my life over here. I focus on different life techniques. I'm focusing on something different always. I'm understanding that no matter what I do, I go get some nice and beautiful toilet paper around here. And I just get toilet rolls with me always. I never have to fucking walk back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to the toilet. When I fucking just grab the whole fucking toilet bowl. I never grabbed the toilet bowl, I grabbed the fucking toilet roll, man. You understand? And that way I'm promoting myself. So now at the moment, I gave 1,100. There's a 1,000. I see, so 60. I make sure you understand straight away. I gave $1,100 and more for my nice and beautiful seminar over here. So I'm not saying that no matter what, that I'm just going to calculate something over here. So I'm saying 1,050 plus 60. I mean, that's $1,110 I gave already so far to have my seminar round for 1 month. So per seminar, I give $1,110 per seminar that I make. And every single seminar I make is $1,110. And people work 2 weeks for that money. People work 2 weeks for that money. Anyway, I just gave that much already to other people. And since I actually gave that money to other people, making sure you understand straight away how I understand, I just go and do my life. I'll go and write that down. Also, my financial status over here, to focus upon something that helps me. But what helps me is a different way of life to help myself improve differently. And that's why I'm not saying that no matter what, I'm just looking to test the sequence of what's going on. But I'm not saying that no matter what, that since I'm not saying that I have 2 weeks extra over here, I'm learning very quickly upon how to do business. But business is like that. And business is just like that, I promise you. And business is excellent now, for myself especially. So let's have a look. I have some numbers over here. So 2 weeks, I save working the 9 to 5 jobs to save money. For as I give money only. Approach, do you save money? Approach, I always save money. Approach, why do I save money? Approach, why does Jesus Christ save you? I have to save money because Jesus Christ saves you. In a sense, so guess what, approach, it's more how I feel. And now, guess what, approach, does Jesus Christ save money? Approach, Jesus Christ says that he has to save money. You understand? I mean, he has to save money. And I have $1,110 I gave toward my seminar over here. I gave for my 29th birthday seminar and promotions for my business. And anyway, I gave that number. I'm not saying that number per month is what I have to give. So what I give is I go and just really congratulate myself to understand I have a number and having these numbers now I'm much better with. So $1,110 times 12 times 72 years, I have to give I see this over here. So let's have a look. I have to give people at least, let's have a look. I have to give them $959,040 over 72 years to have my seminars. I give overall to people to promote and more. I give people over $959,000 over my lifetime just to promote my events and promotionals of my business. I have to give $959,000 and more, which is just under $1 million and more, to make sure that no matter what, that people can understand Danny Milivojevic, and so I can promote my business. So I'm just learning that now. So I'm not saying it anyway, and since that's the case, I'll let it be that way. And I'm saying $37 per hour. There's of more. I understand I have more than that. I'm not saying 37 over here. I have $37 per day. I just say $37 per day. And I just say I have $37 per day. And I'm understanding these poker players are placing $2,000 a month into poker cards, but I'm placing more than that into my business. So no matter what, that's the difference between poker players and business guys or business women and ladies and people. I mean, poker players give, in average, up to $2,000 into poker. Understand? A month. And business people give up to $1 million and more in business for themselves to grow. Whereas now, what I do now is I need to go and just a little bit, I have to calculate my finances again and again, and make sure that no matter what, I can see straight away how I feel. So how I feel is I focus upon helping my life to deliver content, and as I deliver content, I focus on helping myself to see more and more and more. Well, I'm focusing on making sure that I need to go and develop my skill over here to have a better video where I'm not saying that my video shows up, but I want to make sure that no matter what, it's just like that. It's just like that, but I want to make sure that my video shows up a better way, where it's also focusing on another angle as well, and I can always be changing my videos, and that's the thing. I want to be able to make sure that my videos are changing and changing and changing along the way, always, to be able to make sure I have different orchestrations is the best way. And why is that? Approach it's the best way when you're making different videos and different videos and different videos. Approach that's the way, and just follow that path. So I just want to see this now. I'm just going into my Dinotopia track over here, and I want to make sure I see how I was never talking right here. I was so much in silence over here. So I understand straight away I have to start talking to myself as soon as I may stop the Nice and Beautiful program or audio program or video program to talk to myself straight away is the best way. So I'm understanding straight away to be more aware about how I talk to myself after programs or after anything that may stop in terms of programs so I can do better. I see people visiting my Nice and Beautiful, let's say, YouTube channel this month. I see, anyway, that what's important is I focus upon understanding that I'm just growing myself quickly. But that's why I'm learning very quickly upon what to do. And now what I need to do is I need to go to my playlists. And as I go to my playlists, I see my Nice and Beautiful, let's say, soundtracks over here. I have music soundtracks. And now since I have music soundtracks, I'm focusing on something different. But what I do over here is I'm learning quickly upon just helping myself to deliver over here content, and that's how I grow. I grow differently. I grow through different ways of advice in terms of what I do. I'm making sure I just go and copy and paste my information over here from the actual YouTube account, and I make sure I go and do something different. But now I want to make sure I'm congratulating myself now because I have my third EP finally up and away, and I'm making sure that no matter what, it's more how I just say 4-hour set and more. But it's more how I understand straight away that if I say 4-hour set, then I make sure that no matter what, I've already done more, and I make sure that it's just like that. So I let it be like that, and I make sure I always round it to the nearest set number. So if it's 4 hours of sets and it says 4 hours and 26 minutes, then you can say it's a 4-hour set. When it's 4 hours and 26 minute set, then you can say it's a 4-hour set. You understand? And that's how it is. And just go to the closer range number. But if it says 4 hours and 59 minutes, then you can say it's a 5-hour set. But is it really? I mean, guess what? I promise you, it's more how you just say it's a 4-hour set. In this case. You understand? And that way you're doing better. And why is that? Because you can see it's a 4 hours. I mean, guess what? I promise you, just round it to the closest number. I mean, just say it's a 5-hour set for fuck's sake. I mean, just say it's just a fucking 5-hour set because that's how it is, yeah? And no matter what, you can see it's just close enough, yeah? And that way you're learning to just estimate the numbers. You just go the closer way, and that's it. And as you do that, just focus on yourself and focus on delivering content and making sure anyway I feel Jesus Christ saying congratulations, I thank you. I'm making sure I'm always learning quickly upon what I need to do, and then I'm just going to send these people content. And as I send them content, I focus upon helping my life to succeed differently is what I do. And that's it. For sure, I'll just focus on seeing how I've done my recent Nice and Beautiful content over here in ways of helping myself to succeed quickly. And what I do is different soundtracks and different ways of doing something. And I focus upon helping myself to just deliver an information product. An information product of what kind? I mean, information products of everything. Because that's what I need to do always. I need to go and study upon helping myself to give those words daily, because that's how I succeed quickly. I succeed through quickness, in terms of quickness in daily life. But making sure anyway that what I want to do is I want to strategize always in different ways how to succeed. But it's more how I feel. That I feel that other people are just never my type of woman, or they're just never my type of people. And why is that? Because I just feel it. I can see it straight away that I never vibe with them. But I vibe with I only. I'm saying I feel that they never vibe with me. I'm saying I can see it. I mean, they find me unattractive. I'm saying, so I just move on. I'm saying, so what I do is a little bit that way. And I focus upon helping myself to succeed regardless of them. I mean, that's why I'm very successful. I'm very successful because I'm always uploading into YouTube my original photos of everything. And my original photos of everything shows me the best kind of individuality in the planet to succeed differently is what I do. So I'm always looking for that nice and beautiful attitude. So if I have an attitude of gratitude, it's the best kind of attitude on the planet, isn't it? For us, it's much more how it is. So make sure you understand straight away how to promote yourself and what you're doing, and focus on yourself and your love for yourself, and then just go and see what you are doing every single day to help yourself to succeed daily is what you need to be doing. But then focus on helping yourself to deliver content quickly. Deliver content to people quickly, and make sure that you're learning very quickly upon what you need to do to help yourself grow is what the whole occasion is. But you can always have rice in hot water, and you can always eat rice with hot water, and you can place Vegeta in the hot rice and hot water, and that way you're learning how I eat personally. Is I place Vegeta inside a soup, and I eat rice with actual Vegeta, and that way I'm learning very quickly upon how to actually dwell upon something that helps me grow, which is just a better way of life. And I'm learning quickly upon understanding that I throw in chili as well. I put some chili inside my nice and beautiful soup as well. I put chili flakes inside my soup only. I put some pepper inside my soup as well. Sometimes I can put some paprika in my soup as well. I can put some garlic in my soup as well. I can put some onion salt in my nice and beautiful, let's say, soup. You know what I'm saying? I can put some onion kind of ways of life and spices or herbs. I can put oregano in my soup if I want. I can put all those spices in my soup if I want. But the thing is that I go much more less salt, and I make sure to understand that I show you something. If you want to place white salt in your food, then make sure you're never ever placing white salt or Himalayan salt or sea salt. Now, guess what? Actually, sea salt, actually, it's much more natural to have sea salt in your food than white salt. And Himalayan salt, actually, it's much more natural to have Himalayan salt than it is white salt. White salt is a processed salt. White salt is what they process. They're processing white salt always. But focus on Vegeta salt. Vegeta is more enough salt for you. And it's more enough, and it's a healthy regimen of salt that you need. And it's healthier than sea salt and healthier than actual, let's say, Himalayan salt and white salt. And why is that? Because it's much less salt than the overall package. You understand? And that's why.